Howdy and hello and happy Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. How are ya? How are you really? Fun fact. I've been a bitch. No, really. I've hurt a lot of people for a lot of years, and sometimes intended, sometimes not intended. Especially as of late. The more that I fill and take care of my light body, the more I reflect in others that which they need to heal. And they don't like that very much. But in the past, there was the scorpion tail. Can't see that in the camera. And the wounded victim. And the self-abuse, patterns of which get taught in younger years. They're programmed. That's a whole thing. But I had this thing of going through eras. Now, whether it was a pack of friends, whether it was a job, a particular route with education, whatever it was like, I tried it, it felt familiar, I moved on. You move on, you move through things. I'm asking what I still think is one of my close, I just love her so much, one of my dear pals that moved out of state. I suck as a friend. You move out of state, out of mind. I'm kind of like, I still haven't even sent a card. I haven't stayed in touch with relatives. Every particular relationship in that sense has been very different. There's some that, like my friend who moved out of state, connected by the heart, will be there till the day they die. Like I love the family. I consider our families are close. And then there's like some family members, which is like probably won't even be at each other's funerals, if we even have them. There's just, relationships are relationships, but everything is energy. And are your frequencies matching? What I didn't know, and what I would love to tell my younger self, is all those past pain body moments and all those times where I hit below the belt with someone, they hit me below the belt, and Scorpio's like, done, next, and that was it. Don't have to revisit everything, but I've definitely come to peace to many situations and scenarios, girlfriends or relationships or family aside, any of them. And I've come to peace with myself. I've understood what process I was going through, whether it was a cord that had to be cut because it was toxic, whether it was me repeating addictive behaviors and programming that I couldn't help, or whether it's just truly you're just frequencies don't match anymore. You're like, okay, this no longer serves a purpose. I apologize to the 47 years of people that I either have hurt or hindered or led astray or ghosted or any of those things. I apologize for that. I knew no better. I love learning more about myself every day. I love learning about this planet and this universe more and more every day. And I forgive you as well, because you knew no better. And we had to go through that exchange that we went through. I've said this, I think, before in a vlog, but it's worth repeating because it was my catalyst, my little aha moment, and a big relief. And I actually ascended greatly in my life right after this exchange. But there was this very famous first AD on set. I remember hustling like I always did. And this time being on my own, I lost my team because, once you support 45, people don't support you anymore. And but I still had a great time. So I was doing my thing, and this AD goes, Heidi, how do you do it? Where do you get this endless kindness, like this good energy? And I'm like, I've seen some dark shit. And he was like, I thought so. He himself had been in a program of recovery for substance addictions, which I've had an era with too. And it's protocol of going through these stages of forgiveness. And I get that. I get that when it comes to to a vice, but I get that when it comes to something unsettled and when something comes to the surface that needs to be healed. It doesn't always mean you got to pick up the phone and have an energy exchange with that person again. I think you'll know when you're supposed to, and it usually will the universe will line itself up so you can do that. But what it does do is, what did you learn from it? What happened? Why did it happen in the first place? Forgive yourself, call out yourself for being at fault, because there are a million other ways to from the heart handle situations. Below the belt jabs and ghosting and walking away is just pushing it down. So as the veil is thinning, as the matrix old slave system is collapsing, as these energies and amazing frequencies keep coming in and the 3D world is collapsing, forgive yourself. Even Care Bears are bitches. I forgive myself, and to be quite honest, that's kind of led me into a shamanic, you say shamanic, I say shamanic, hermit type lifestyle, because it was all coming up, everything to the surface. I had a lot to do and a lot to heal. I loved all these situations. Gosh, packs of girlfriends. That became a pattern and one of the gals would always be very close and sisterly like, and then it was just like, we don't even speak. And what I realized was we each brought to surface that which we needed to heal. That's why these relationships were happening. And when it became too painful, I resisted and walked away. Just prolonged the lesson. But, that being said, the forgiveness and why I was so uncomfortable frequency-wise and why I could no longer hang frequency-wise usually had to do with great steps in my life. One in particular I'm thinking of is when I had kids. And the vaccine agenda just split me right off from certain people, even some of my closest girlfriends. I was the first of this pod I was in to have a kid. And then when the others did after, the vaccines divided us and ultimately ended our relationship. I was at that point where my throat chakra was closed and I was in survival mode, but here I'm watching my friend get jabbed even while pregnant and wonder why her son, it looks like he has red leggings on all day. But nope, it's just complete rashes and irritability and vaccine reactions. Oops, I probably can't even say that on here. That will divide you. But they know no better, and I forgive them too, and I love them. I even peruse pictures once in a while just to see how everybody is and give them a little shout of love, because I reunited with somebody that was from my past twice. Twice we kicked each other in the nuts and ran the other way. And twice the universe found us coming back together. And we had short but sweet and impactful, starting in writing, both apologetic and both wow, we've lived a lot and we've seen a lot with each other, and I've actually in person reunited with her, and it felt good. Does it mean we're going to be BFFs and hanging out every weekend? I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. We certainly have mutual things in common and we'll enjoy it, but I'm definitely a different woman today than I was in those times. No particular bow around this package of synapses, just forgiveness, to gentle reminders to stop playing the victim. When things start coming to the surface, sit with it. Really pay attention to the vices. I myself, I'm probably a stoner in LA that got pissed it became legal, because then the state controls the product, and lo and behold, all these symptoms and issues are coming up. You never want that shit. Get your homegrown stuff from people you trust. That goes with anything, food and everything, and what you consume. But it became a vice. Know a time and a place and get it under control, because all you're doing is stuffing things down. And if it all comes up as disclosure continues to happen, you may find yourself in a pickle, because it's going to turn into one big conundrum. I ran away with my synapses here. So, on that note, before you can love one another, you gotta love yourself and heal your shit. Your past lives, in other generations and your past lives in this current 3D reality, because we've all had several. I am not the same gal as I was in my 20s, nor in my 30s, and now pushing 50, I am nothing like I was in my early 40s. I'm growing with myself, with my consciousness, and I am unfolding. It's so important to get a grip of who you are and what you can contribute to New Earth, because we're co-creators, right? And everything's energy and everything's frequency. So if you have those old wounds, some people you cannot get in touch with again, but you can figure out what was it about that situation, that person that makes me go, them, they did this, they. Turn it around. What did I do to contribute to this? And let it go. It really will change a lot. And detox the parasites. That's my daily reminder. Holy smokes, 10 minutes? Okay. I don't know if I want to talk again, though. Okay, talk to you later. I don't know if I'm sharing this. Bye!